his second year out of LSU, where he won the national championship in 2019, first team All-SEC in 2021. It's linebacker Damone Clark with you here on The Fan, and a good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you. It's great to see you running out there and making plays here in Oxnard. How crazy was that last year? It was exciting to see you get in the regular season, but to have to play as a rookie with no training camp. Can you take us back to what that week was like and how your experience was your rookie year?
I mean, my first game was versus the Chicago Bears last year, and I thought I was going to just be on special teams just to get my feet under me, just to get up with the speed in the actual game. And Anthony Barr wound up getting hurt, and I remember George Edwards just screaming my name on the sideline. And I'm just standing there. I'm like, I hear somebody scream my name, but it was like, I'm like, whoa, there's no way somebody scream my name. I'm looking at Anthony Barr walk off the field. You know, he had pulled his hamstring, and I'm just standing there. I hear somebody scream my name. And then George was like, Damone, go. And I'm just like, huh? He's like, go. And I just ran out there, and the first guy that saw me running out there was Leighton. And, you know, he was smiling from ear to ear, and he just was like, I got you. And then J.K. walked up to me, I got you. D-Law walked up, I got you. And they all rallied around me. It's like, look, man, let's go. You know what I'm saying? You in here, just do your thing. What
can you tell us about Leighton Vander Esch as a teammate, as a veteran, as you're going through a process like that?
I mean, from the start, Leighton used to come sit in my rehab sessions with me, you know, and I never told him that, but that meant a lot to me because Leighton was a guy that he didn't have to come. It's early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? He could be doing anything else. Leighton took out of his time to come sit in my rehab session with me. He was a guy that encouraged me all the time, and even this past offseason, just working out with Leighton every day, just picking Leighton's brain and just on the field, just playing with him. He corrected me, obviously, when I make a mistake or something, having him, Scotty, DT, Coach Pete, you know, all the linebackers in the room. And you just have a lot of guys that's around you because we all got one goal in common. We all want to win. We all want to get on the field and compete.
But it's not just Leighton, is it? I mean, you mentioned Curse and you mentioned Tank. Can you talk about that culture of the entire defense as opposed to just the position groups?
All together, this going on 3 years with Coach Q. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just hit the building blocks. You know, we go out there every day. Q challenge us. All the coaches challenge us to go out there and be the best. And in order for us to be the best on Sundays, we got to do it on the field at practice every day.
So that must have just been a whirlwind experience for you last year, getting thrown into the trenches like that. But how different and more confident are you this training camp, now getting a full off season? You're healthy. You got a little taste of NFL action last year. Because it looks like you're flying around. You're everywhere you need to be from when we're watching practice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, just trusting the coaches, trusting the time that I put in all the time. You know, just going back, taking notes in the meetings, going back on my own, watching film. You know, obviously – there's things that I need to work on. You know, we all have things that we need to work on, and I'm a stickler. Like, I want to be right all the time, but, you know, having Scotty in my ear, DT in my ear, Coach Q in my ear, just having all these guys just telling me, bro, like, nothing's going to be perfect. But you go out there, just play with effort, everything else going to take care of the rest.
What's the most challenging thing? Is it knowing where to be in coverage, or is it the run fits?
Nah, I mean, our defense is simple. You know, you go out there, you put the time in, you look at the looks to own, you look at the things that you're supposed to do. It's really easy. I'm being my own brain. You know, it'd be me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be telling myself stuff. It's nothing that's complicated. But like I say, once you go out there, if you tell yourself you can do it, half the battle is won already. You just got to go out there and do it. But if you stand second guessing, that might not be a good down for you.
Man, getting thrown into the fire against that Bears rushing attack with Justin Fields, that being your first game, Khalil Herbert, you know, they had a pretty dynamic situation going on there. How much more challenging is it taking on an offense with a runner like Justin Fields or a quarterback who you know is a huge threat to take off and run at any moment?
I mean, it's tough because, you know, obviously when they pass the ball, you got to be aware that they passing the ball. But, you know, we have great DBs here. So our DBs, they're going to cover them. You know, enough if they sneak in the rush lane or something, he take off, you got to be mindful of that too. But that's why as long as everybody's doing their 111, we'll be all right.
I was going to ask you, though, out here, we were, like Zach was talking about, we were watching you, we did run fits and stuff. When it opens up and you're trying to find Deuce Vaughn, have you ever dealt with somebody that's that short that you're trying to find where, I mean, playing SEC football, there's something, I think Auburn had a couple guys up there, a little bit shorter guys, but with that, is it kind of different that, like, you're not used to seeing somebody that quick, that short kind of coming through there?
Yeah, it actually is because last year, 2 years ago, when LSU played Kansas State.
Right.
You know, I didn't
they're
play
playing
in
the
that
game.
game.
You
So
didn't
they
play in the
played in that
game,
game.
right.
And I just remember, and I talked to Deuce about that all the time. I was like, man, if I would have played in that game, you would never did that. But
yeah, he did a good job against us.
he really did. And it's
Yeah.
like you said, it's tough, but you just better be in your right spot at the right time, because the shortest running back I ever played against was Clyde.
Right.
Clyde Edwards.
Oh, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was the shortest running back I ever played against. So
Yeah.
having someone like Deuce, he's smaller than Clyde, obviously, but Deuce is a guy. He elusive. He have a heart of a
Well,
lion.
and he's thick as a bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah,
That dude's tough to bring down.
He have a heart of a lion.
Yeah.
He might be 5'5",
Won
whatever
that
his height
Alabama
is.
game for us, the way
That's
he
what I'm
played.
saying.
Yeah.
He might be 5'5",
Yeah.
whatever he is,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he got the heart of a lion.
It's Damone Clark here with you live at Cowboys training camp. What's it like when you win a national title and you come back to the university?
Man, just being from Baton Rouge, that says enough right there. You know, it was a while since LSU last won. You know, we wound up winning in 2019, and just going back, you having guys that was there that's still on the team. You got new guys that's on the team. Guys still talk about it all the time. You know, the AD talk about it. You know, but now it's like LSU gonna win again. I'm telling you, I have all the confidence in LSU this year that they're going to do it. They got what it takes
Man,
to win.
right, ain't lying to you.
Great program.
No, you're getting Brian all excited over there. I'm sure he wants to fire off some LSU questions, but being part of that national championship team, you look back on that, I think it might be one of the best, if not the best teams in college football
You don't have to
history.
think. That's the best team.
Bro,
right there.
I mean,
That's
you
the
were
best
loaded with
team right
talent,
there.
but when you got there, you're playing behind Devin White. What are some of the standouts for you when you think back your college career there at LSU?
Man, Devin White was a guy that, bro, he was so hard on me my freshman year. Like, I was 17 when I went to LSU. You know, I'm 17 years old, and Devin would make me work out with him. I had to work out in the morning with him, and then I had to hurry up and go to study hall and stuff like that. And I asked Devin one time, I'm like, bro, like what's up?
Yeah.
You know, he just was like, man, I had Leonard on me like that, and he was like, bro, it's only right that I do the same to you. You know, and when Dev told me that, I was like, bro, like, he was a pro before a pro. He showed me take care of your body, go to class, do everything that you're supposed to do. And look, he's a guy in the NFL right now. He's playing. He's balling right now.
Yeah, he is.
There were some epic trash-talking battles between Devin White and Joe Burrow in practice some of those years, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, bro. Like, Joe was a guy when he first got there, bro, he was quiet, but he'll dice you up at practice, and he just stand there and just look at you. But then, obviously, like, we had guys like Caleb Chase on. We had Derek Stingley, Christian Fulton. We had a lot of guys that was on that team just iron sharpening iron every day.
And the wide receivers. I mean, Jamar Chase and
Jefferson,
Justin Jefferson,
my
you're
gosh.
seeing highlight reel type plays every day.
Dad Moss.
You see that every day. So the stuff that they doing right now in the NFL, I saw it every day at practice.
Is Fred still the number one bar on campus?
Fred's
Broadus talks about it like it's the Hall of Fame bar.
Yeah, when I was
Baton
playing ball in
Rouge.
the 80s, way back in the 80s, it first started when I was in school in 1982.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you went on Saturday night.
Yeah.
You go to Tigerland. All of them
Tigerland,
jumping.
he's right.
All of
okay.
them jumping.
Yeah.
Just pick one to go to. They all jumping.
Coach O's leading the charge.
See, that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know because we got to interview Coach O one time on our show, and he was great. I want to know your favorite Coach O story, the one where
So I had a you know, he do the in-home visits and stuff like that. So like,
come see your mom.
Yeah,
and all
my
that.
mom.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
so my mom's them like, my mom's them was like super excited. Like my mom's cooked some red beans.
There you go.
My uncle got on the grill.
There you go.
You know, he had some grilled barbecue, stuff like that. So, you know, he come to the crib, you know, he telling us about LSU, and he was eating the red beans. And then he just eating the red beans, and my mom's sitting there like, my mom's like,
She's all proud.
yeah, she's sitting there, she like, hey, you gonna tell me if they good or not? Like, so every time he see my mom, he always talk to my mom about the red beans.
Right.
Every time. He always
Yeah.
says the best red beans he ever ate.
That's great.
Hell yes.
She uses on Dewey sausage and all that stuff.
Everything.
Everything. I
She
bet
uses
you those
everything.
beans are so
Okay,
damn good.
we had the conversation. I don't know if you heard Jamal Williams with the Saints now. He was talking about the beignets. He called them the beignets.
Oh, yeah.
Said they're kind of overrated. I mean, for somebody from Louisiana, what's your take on the beignets?
Nah, I love them. You got to eat them while they hot, though.
Right.
You eat them while they fresh, the best thing.
Yeah.
I heard Overshone was singing some Akon for his rookie song in front of the squad. How'd he do?
I think he did pretty good, though. You know, I thought I had saw a video of him doing. It was a country song that he was singing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I remember-
Expectations were high.
Yeah, so afterwards I was like, I said, hey, I thought you was gonna do the song that he did. He's like, he had to change it up on me.
Yeah, dude, he showed he's got range here. He can do the country. He can do a little Akon.
Did you have to sing last year?
Yeah, I sung "Can We Talk" by Kevin Campbell.
Oh, nice.
Tevin Campbell.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're
I
a
did
good
that
singer
song
then.
last
You
year.
must have been confident.
I was nervous because, bro, that was my first time getting in front of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I was nervous, and it's like, but once you get up there, you sing. There's a throwback song. They're gonna sing with you.
Yeah.
So that made it easy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That must have been great. That when your teammates started singing with you.
Yeah. If they sing with you, you're doing something right.
There you
Let's
go.
Don't, then
Everybody's vibing.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of rookies, Mozzie's come in. We got to talk with Mozzie. He's awesome, great personality. You know, one of the things that we loved was they finally got a big man in the middle to try and keep you clean as a linebacker. How much does that really help when you have a Hankins, you have a Mozzie in front of you to try and take on those double teams?
But it helps the linebacker a lot, you know. But one thing, you can have those guys up front, but if the guys on the back not, shooting the gaps or taking a shot, then what's the point of having those guys taking on double teams like that? So obviously at practice, that's something that I've been working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look to home, when you see things that you see, go take your shot.
Hey, Damone, when and I don't mean to take you back to some time, but when you got the news from the combine with what happened with your diagnosis and stuff like that, was there ever a time where you were like thinking, man, I don't know about this? I mean, was it ever like you said, but I'm doing this for a reason or something's going? I mean, but you fought your way through. There's a lot of people thought you were probably not going to play last year, and here you are playing. But was there ever a time where you doubted a little bit about the severity of your injuries and stuff like that?
No, I never once doubted anything about it. Did it catch me off guard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was gonna be okay. I'm a firm believer in God. Everything happened for a reason. So for me, it was just like the timing of it that kind of threw me off. But the question that kept coming to my head was, if you love the Lord like you say you do, this is a challenge to see how you're going to react and how you're going to respond. He's just trying to see how you respond. And,
Sure.
And for me, honestly, that made me 10 times closer to God because I had my surgery. I wound up going back to Baton Rouge. I had my surgery in California, actually.
Yeah.
And I wound up going back to Baton Rouge, just, sitting in the house. I had a lot of alone time with God,
Sure.
and it just made me stronger. And, my first game was versus the Chicago Bears,
Right.
and I didn't look back.
It's Damone Clark with us. That's a beautiful story right there,
It is.
Damone. And it was spinal fusion surgery, right? I
I
mean, that's.
had it on the front. My war wound right there.
Wow, there it is.
dude.
Got my war wound.
Do you now? What do the doctors do? Is this in the past now, or is this something that's got to be checked up on? Or how
Oh,
good
no.
to go are we?
No, I'm good. I'm
Nice.
good. 100% healthy. I'm
Man.
good. Ready to go.
Well, congratulations on that, and it's great to see you running around out here and making plays. We wish you nothing but the best here in year 2. Give him hell. We'll be pulling for you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thanks, man.
There it goes. Damone Clark here with you on the Fan.
Thank you.